All right, so are you ready to dive into some serious luxury?
Oh, yeah, I love this stuff.
We're talking top-tier real estate.
Okay.
And today we're headed to Connecticut
You know it?
to explore
Right.
Copper Beech Farm.
Wow. Okay.
This is the most expensive house ever sold in Connecticut.
I'm ready.
And I know our listeners are going to be fascinated by this one because it really checks all the boxes.
Okay.
Historic architecture,
Yeah.
interior design,
Beautiful.
and just incredible real estate.
All right, let's hear it.
So picture this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking a 50-acre
Whoa.
private peninsula
Okay.
in Greenwich,
Nice.
overlooking Long Island Sound.
Beautiful spot.
You've got this 13,500 square foot mansion
Oh, wow.
dating back to 1898
That's incredible.
with amenities that could rival a luxury resort,
Okay.
all for the cool price tag of
Let's hear it.
$138.83 million.
Whoa, okay.
That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah, that's serious.
But what's even more amazing is that this isn't just like some modern mega mansion.
Okay.
It's steeped in history.
All right.
You know, it was formerly known as the Lauder Greenway Estate.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And it's actually the largest surviving mansion from the Gilded Age in Connecticut.
No kidding.
So it's like owning a piece of history.
That is incredible. Yeah.
Okay, so let's walk through this place together.
Right.
What would I see as I approach this grand estate?
Well, one of the first things you'd notice is that grand entrance.
Okay.
Imagine just rich oak paneling, just polished to perfection,
I love that.
leading you into this grand space.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this dramatic curving staircase
Okay.
with these intricately carved balusters
Oh,
that just immediately draw your eye upwards.
I can imagine.
And the thing is, while it's imposing and grand,
Yeah.
it still manages to feel warm and inviting.
You know, that's a really nice balance to strike
It is.
because you don't want to feel intimidated by your own home.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned those carved balusters. Those little details always fascinate me.
Oh, yeah, me too.
It's like you could almost feel the history in them.
You can.
All that craftsmanship, especially back in 1898.
Absolutely.
It's just incredible.
It's amazing the level of detail that they put into these homes.
And speaking of detail,
Yeah,
you see that attention to detail throughout the entire house.
absolutely.
There's this architectural harmony
Mm-hmm.
throughout Copper Beech Farm.
Like they had a vision.
Yeah, a real vision.
Mm-hmm.
Rich wood tones,
Yeah.
opulent finishes, like marble countertops,
Oh, wow.
antique fixtures.
Nice.
It's clearly designed to create a unified aesthetic experience.
It is. It's all about that flow.
It's not just about individual rooms looking good.
Exactly.
It's how they all work together
Right. It's the big picture.
to create an overall feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm picturing a very sophisticated
Oh, for sure.
and cohesive look.
Very well put together.
So tell me, is there like one room that you think really embodies this design philosophy?
You know, I think the library is a great example.
Okay, the library?
Yeah, it's just like something out of a Victorian novel.
Oh, wow.
Floor-to-ceiling dark wood bookshelf.
Oh, I love that.
A massive fireplace
Of course.
with this beautiful polished stone surround.
Beautiful.
Plush white sofas
Okay.
and leather ottomans placed throughout the room.
That sounds like a very cozy reading spot.
It is.
So you've got that like classic elegance
Mm.
combined with comfort,
Yeah, you got it.
which is really what you want in a library.
You do.
And speaking of comfort, that makes me think of another really important room
Okay.
in any luxury home.
The kitchen.
The kitchen.
Of course.
What's the kitchen like at Copper Beech Farm?
Now, this is where we transition to a brighter,
Okay.
more airy feel.
Love that.
Imagine white cabinetry.
Oh, nice.
And you know those gorgeous brass fixtures that are so popular right now?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They have those here.
Very on trend.
And there's a huge marble-topped island.
Oh, wow.
Perfect for gatherings.
Love that.
And a skylight ceiling
Okay.
that floods the space with natural light.
Wow, a skylight in the kitchen.
It's really impressive.
It's got to make such a difference.
It does.
It must feel so spacious and inviting.
It really does, yeah.
And for someone who loves to cook and entertain,
Mm-hmm.
that big island
Oh, yeah.
would be a dream.
A dream come true.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got a beautiful, bright kitchen.
We do.
And let's move on to the dining room.
Oh,
Because
great.
this one I have a feeling is pretty special.
This one is definitely something to behold.
All right, I'm ready to be impressed.
Tell me all about it.
Tell me everything.
Okay, so this room is all about creating a sense of formal elegance.
Okay.
You've got these beautifully crafted paneled walls
Yeah.
made from warm-toned wood.
Beautiful.
And then you look up and there's a coffered ceiling,
Whoa.
which adds a sense of depth and texture.
Oh, I love a good coffered ceiling.
They're really something.
They add so much character.
They do.
And, of course, there's another grand fireplace in this room.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But this one's a little different.
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's got a beautifully tiled surround
Okay.
that adds a subtle touch of color.
So it's not just the typical, stone fireplace.
It's a little bit different, yeah.
This is something a little more unique.
Yeah.
From a design perspective, that fireplace is a good example
Okay.
of how to incorporate a statement piece
Mm-hmm.
without overwhelming the rest of the room.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's there.
It is.
It's making a statement,
Yeah.
but it's not like screaming for attention.
Exactly.
It sounds like they really paid attention to balance in this space.
Balance is key
It is.
when it comes to design,
Absolutely.
especially in a house like this.
Yeah, you don't want one element to overpower another.
Great.
You want them to all work in harmony.
You got it.
And it sounds like they achieved that.
They did.
And it's not just the architecture.
Yeah.
Even the furniture reflects that sense of balance. It does.
So tell me about the furniture.
Well, the dining table itself is quite grand,
Okay.
but it's paired with these neutral-toned chairs,
Oh, nice.
which kind of helps to create this sense of understated opulence.
Right.
It's not about being flashy. It's about that quiet sophistication.
It's like they're saying we don't need to shout about our luxury. It speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered
So far.
the library,
Mm-hmm.
the kitchen,
Yes.
and the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
Where to next on our tour?
How about we step outside
Okay.
and explore those 50 acres?
All right, let's head outside.
Let's do it.
What can you tell me about the grounds of Copper Beech Farm?
All right.
It's not just a big empty lawn, is it?
No, it is not.
There's got to be more to it than that.
It's actually quite the opposite.
Okay.
Remember that theme of architectural harmony
Mhm.
I talked about inside?
Yes.
It extends to the landscaping, too.
So everything's very intentional,
Very much so.
even outside.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, the gardens.
They're laid out with geometric precision.
Whoa.
You've got these perfectly trimmed hedges,
Okay.
beautiful flower beds,
Oh,
and these winding stone pathways.
I love a good pathway.
Me too.
It's like inviting you to explore.
They are.
I'm already feeling more relaxed just thinking about it.
They too.
So charming and peaceful.
Absolutely.
Like a perfect retreat from the hustle and bustle.
It really is.
And I'm guessing those winding pathways
Yeah.
lead down to the water.
You guessed it.
They have to.
Copper Beech Farm boasts nearly a mile of pristine waterfront
No way.
on Long Island Sound.
That's incredible.
It's really breathtaking.
I can only imagine waking up to those views every morning.
It would be something else.
All right, so we've got beautifully manicured gardens,
Mm-hmm.
stunning waterfront views.
Yeah.
What else is there to discover outside?
Well, if you're looking for a little bit of recreation,
Okay.
there's a 75-foot heated pool
Hold on.
overlooking the
A
Sound.
heated pool.
Yes.
Now that's what I call luxury.
Oh, yeah.
And overlooking the Sound.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that view is incredible.
It really is.
Okay, so paint me a picture.
All right, so the pool has these infinity-style edges
Oh, wow.
that blend seamlessly with the horizon
I love that.
and elegant stone decking surrounding it.
So chic.
It's more like a luxurious resort than a private residence.
You're making it really hard to resist booking a flight to Connecticut right now.
I know, right?
A pool with a view, meticulously designed gardens, a mile of waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a private paradise.
It is pretty idyllic.
And that's not all.
No.
Tell me more.
If you're more the athletic type,
Okay.
there's a grass tennis court
Oh, nice.
nestled amidst the greenery
I love that.
with a stone pavilion nearby.
Oh, wow. So you can,
You can relax after your match.
work up a sweat and then relaxed in style,
Exact.
all while surrounded by nature.
It's the best of both worlds.
And, of course, we can't forget about those two private beaches,
Oh, yeah, the beaches.
offering direct access to the Sound of Beach.
Prime real estate.
It's almost overwhelming.
It is.
The level of detail
Mm-hmm.
and the thought that's gone into creating this estate.
So well thought out.
But even with all these amazing amenities,
Yeah,
I'm drawn back to the history of this place.
me too.
Can you tell me more about the architectural style of the mansion itself?
Sure. So from the outside,
Yeah.
you're looking at this grand symmetrical facade,
Okay.
classic of the Gilded Age.
Makes sense.
Imagine ivy-draped walls,
Oh, that's beautiful.
large gables,
Okay.
and charming dormer windows peeping out from the roofline.
I love a good dormer window.
Out too.
It's like a storybook house.
It is.
It's like a visual representation
Yeah.
of the Gilded Age aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
that era of opulence
Yeah.
and attention to detail.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the Gilded Age,
Yeah.
I'm curious to learn more about the original owner,
Right.
Harriet Lauder Greenway.
Interesting lady.
What can you tell me about her?
Well, Harriet Lauder Greenway was quite a remarkable woman. Not only was she the granddaughter of Andrew Carnegie,
Oh, wow.
yes, that Andrew Carnegie,
The Andrew Carnegie.
but she was also a well-known philanthropist.
So Copper Beech Farm has a connection
It does.
to one of the most famous industrialists in American history.
It's true.
It makes sense that she would have owned such a grand estate,
Right.
and to think it's still standing today,
I know.
a testament to her legacy.
It is.
It's amazing to think that over a century later, this estate is still captivating people's imaginations.
It really is.
It is. And speaking of captivating,
Yeah.
we've only just scratched the surface
Oh, yeah.
of what makes Copper Beech Farm so special.
There's so much more to discover.
Now, for those of you listening who are as fascinated by this estate as I am,
I know they are.
stay tuned because we're just getting started.
We are?
When we come back,
All right.
we'll explore even more fascinating details
Okay.
about Copper Beech Farm.
Yeah.
From its unique design elements
And dream.
to the stories behind its creation.
Can't wait.
We'll uncover what makes this estate a true masterpiece
Okay.
and why it commanded such a record-breaking price.
Looking forward to it.
Don't go anywhere.
Oh,
We'll be right back.
we'll be here. Welcome back to our deep dive into Copper Beech Farm.
You know, as we've been talking about this estate,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about light,
Oh, light.
how it plays such an important role in a space.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, you know.
Especially in a house this large.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a key consideration
Yeah. Did you notice anything specific?
about how they used light at Copper Beech Farm.
Well, remember that amazing skylight ceiling in the kitchen?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect example, right?
Yeah.
It floods the space with natural light,
It does.
creates this warm, inviting atmosphere.
Yeah. And they've done more than just skylights.
They have.
Right. They've got those strategically placed windows,
Mm-hmm.
and they use light colors in certain rooms.
Yeah, to maximize that natural light.
Yeah, throughout the house.
Even in the more formal spaces, like
Right.
the library,
They managed to strike a balance.
between grandeur and brightness.
Exactly.
It sounds like they really understood the psychology of light,
They did.
you know, and how it can affect mood and ambiance.
The powerful tool.
It is.
Light.
Okay, so we've been focusing a lot on the architectural elements,
Yeah.
but I'm also really curious about the furnishings and decor.
Okay.
Well, can you tell me about that?
For sure.
Did you notice any recurring themes?
Well, one thing that really impressed me
Yeah.
was how seamlessly the furnishings blend with the architecture.
Okay, so like no like jarring contrasts
No, not
or like overly modern pieces?
Nope. Everything feels very intentional and cohesive.
So it's not about showcasing like the latest trends.
No, it's not about that.
It's about creating this timeless look.
Creating a look that complements
Yeah.
the history and style of the house.
Which I think is so important
I agree.
when you're dealing with a property like this.
It really speaks to that understated elegance that we talked about earlier. You know, it's not about being flashy or ostentatious. It's
Wow.
about creating a space that feels refined.
Authentic
Yeah.
and timeless.
You got it.
You know, it's like they say money talks, wealth whispers.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about how Copper Beech Farm can be a source of inspiration.
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
for those of us who don't live in multi-million-dollar mansions.
Right.
It's about appreciating quality craftsmanship
Mm-hmm.
and these timeless design principles.
Absolutely.
We can all incorporate those ideas into our own homes,
You can.
whether it's investing in a well-made piece of furniture
Yeah.
or, you know, just paying attention to how we use light and color.
Exactly. It's about understanding those core principles of good design.
Right.
And adapting them to our own tastes.
And our lifestyles.
Exactly.
Okay, so was there any particular room or feature
Oh, that's a tough one.
that stood out to you in terms of its design?
You know, it's hard to choose just one,
Really?
but I keep finding myself drawn back to the formal dining room.
Oh, yes. You described it as having that sense of formal elegance.
Yeah. What was it about the design that resonated with you?
Well, I just remember those paneled walls
Mm-hmm.
were just exquisite.
They were stunning.
Craftsmanship
Yeah.
and the warm wood tones were really impressive.
And then you had that coffered ceiling,
Oh, yeah.
adding that sense of depth and texture.
I love it.
And of course, that magnificent fireplace as the focal point.
Yeah, with that tiled surround that added a little pop of color.
Without overpowering the room.
A perfect example of how to combine different elements,
Is.
architecture, color texture,
Mm-hmm.
to create this harmonious and visually stunning space.
You've got it.
And it reminds me,
Yeah.
we've been talking a lot about the interiors,
They have.
but we can't forget about those incredible outdoor spaces.
Oh, no. Those are a must-see.
You mentioned earlier that the gardens
Yes,
were laid out with geometric precision.
that's right.
Can you paint a picture for our listeners of what it's like to walk through those gardens?
Imagine perfectly trimmed hedges,
Yeah.
like something out of a storybook,
I love it.
and meticulously placed flower beds
Beautiful.
filled with these vibrant colors,
Okay.
and those winding stone pathways leading you through the landscape.
So peaceful.
It's a space that invites you to slow down,
Yeah.
take a deep breath, and just appreciate the beauty of nature.
It sounds like the perfect escape
It is.
from the everyday world.
It really is.
And it makes me think about how gardens can be an extension of the home itself,
Mm-hmm.
another space to express your personal style
Absolutely.
and create a sense of peace and tranquility.
You're right.
And of course, those gardens lead down
But they do.
to that breathtaking waterfront.
Mm-hmm. Nearly a mile of pristine shoreline
Wow.
along Long Island Sound.
I bet the views from the house are incredible.
Oh, they're spectacular.
And it's clear that the design
Mm-hmm.
of the outdoor spaces was very intentional.
Oh, yeah.
For example, the 75-foot heated pool
Yeah,
is positioned perfectly to overlook the sound.
it is.
So you get that amazing view
You do.
while you're swimming or lounging by the pool.
That's the life.
That sounds like the ultimate in luxury living.
It really is.
A heated pool with breathtaking waterfront views.
Doesn't get much better than that.
What more could you ask for?
Well, there's also that grass tennis court
Oh, yeah.
for those who prefer a bit more activity.
Right.
And don't forget those 2 private beaches.
Oh, yes, the Beech.
Offering direct access to the sound.
They really have covered all the bases
They have.
when it comes to enjoying the outdoors.
You know, we've been talking a lot about the luxurious aspects of this property,
Yeah.
but I'm also curious about its historical significance.
Me too.
We know that it dates back to 1898
Mm-hmm.
and was originally known as the Lauder Greenway Estate.
That's right. What can you tell us about that era?
Well, Copper Beech Farm is a prime example
Okay.
of Gilded Age architecture.
Okay.
This period from the late 19th century to the early 20th century
Okay.
was a time of great economic growth
Right.
and prosperity in the United States.
Makes sense.
And it was reflected in the architecture of the time.
So what are some of the defining characteristics of Gilded Age architecture
Okay.
that we see in Copper Beech Farm?
Think grandeur,
Okay.
opulence, and a focus on craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship, yes.
So you're talking about elaborate ornamentation,
Yeah,
intricate details,
I love it.
and rich materials like marble wood and stained glass.
Oh, wow.
And Copper Beech Farm with its grand entrance,
Yeah.
paneled walls, coffered ceilings,
Mhm.
embodies a lot of those classic Gilded Age features.
It's fascinating to see how those design elements
Mm-hmm.
have stood the test of time.
They have.
They still feel so relevant
They do.
and luxurious today.
It's a testament to the quality of the craftsmanship
The craftsmanship, for sure.
and the care that's been taken to preserve this historic property.
It really is.
You mentioned Harriet Lauder Greenway earlier.
I did.
The original owner.
Yeah.
Do you want to learn a little more about her?
I'd love to.
Okay.
We know she was a philanthropist
Yeah.
and the granddaughter of Andrew Carnegie.
That's right.
But what else can you tell us?
Well, Harriet Lauder Greenway
Yeah.
was known for her dedication to social causes.
Oh, wow.
She was involved in various charitable organizations
Okay.
and was a strong advocate for women's rights.
That's amazing.
She inherited a substantial fortune
Okay.
from her grandfather,
Right.
and she used her wealth
To make a difference.
to support a wide range of causes:
Ugh.
education, healthcare,
Oh, yeah.
and the arts.
It's amazing to think about the history
Mm,
that's embedded in this estate.
it really is.
It's not just bricks and mortar.
No,
It's a tangible connection
it is.
to a bygone era
Yeah.
and to the people
Mhm.
who lived and made their mark on the world.
Makes you wonder about the stories
I know, right?
that unfolded within these walls.
Yeah.
It's like stepping back in time,
I love that.
imagining the lives
Yeah.
of the people who called this place home.
You know, we've talked a lot about the grandeur and opulence of Copper Beech Farm.
We have.
But I'm wondering
Yeah.
about the practicalities
I
of
don't know.
living in a place like this.
That's a great question.
Like, what would it actually be like
Ah.
to manage and maintain such a large estate?
It's easy to get caught up in the fantasy
Oh, yeah.
of owning a luxury estate,
Right.
but the reality is that it comes with certain responsibilities.
Responsibilities and challenges.
Yeah,
I imagine it takes a small army
it does.
to keep a place like this running smoothly.
You'd need a dedicated team of staff, groundskeepers to maintain those 50 acres,
Yeah,
housekeepers to keep everything spotless,
right.
maybe even a chef
Of course.
and a chauffeur.
It sounds like running a small business.
It does.
And I can't even imagine
No.
what the utility bills must be like.
You're right. The upkeep costs would be substantial. You've got property taxes, utilities repairs, landscaping,
Yeah.
all the other expenses that come with maintaining a large estate.
It's a good reminder that this level of luxury comes with a pretty hefty price tag,
It does.
even beyond the initial purchase price.
Absolutely.
But for those who can afford it,
Yeah.
it's seen as an investment, not just financially,
Right.
but also in terms of lifestyle
Yeah.
and legacy.
It's about creating a world
Yeah.
for yourself and your family,
Yeah.
a place where you can live life to the fullest and leave a lasting impact on the world.
You know, we've covered so much ground already.
We have.
From architectural details
Yeah.
to historical significance and even the practicalities of maintaining a luxury estate.
Right.
But I think there's one more layer we need to explore,
Okay.
the broader context
Yeah.
of what Copper Beech Farm represents in terms of wealth, lifestyle, and the evolving world of luxury real estate.
You're right. We've been so focused on this one property, it's easy to forget the bigger picture.
Right.
So when we come back,
Yeah.
let's shift gears and talk about how Copper Beech Farm fits into the larger landscape of luxury real estate
All right. I love it.
and what it tells us about our society's values and aspirations.
I'm ready.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've been on this incredible journey exploring Copper Beech Farm.
It's been quite the tour.
It really has, and it's easy to get lost in the details,
Oh, yeah.
of this one incredible estate. But as we wrap up our conversation,
Okay.
I think it's important to kind of step back
Yeah.
and look at the bigger picture.
The big picture.
Yeah.
What does a place like Copper Beech Farm tell us about the world of luxury real estate?
Right.
What does it say about our society?
Yeah.
Our values?
Those are the big questions.
Those are the questions worth pondering.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind
Yeah.
is that $138.83 million price tag.
It's a big one.
It's an astronomical sum.
It is.
It makes you wonder, who are these buyers?
Yeah.
Who can even afford these kinds of properties?
Well, we're talking about a very select group of individuals.
Okay.
The ultra high net worth individuals.
Well, ultra high net worth.
Think about those in the upper echelons
Okay.
of finance, technology, entertainment.
Oh, wow.
Those industries where wealth is really concentrated.
So it's not just about having money.
It's a different level.
It's about being part of a certain echelon of wealth.
Yeah. It's a whole different world.
A whole different world. And these individuals,
Yeah.
are they just looking for a place to live?
I think it's definitely more
Or is there something more to it?
than just a place to live.
I think so too.
For these buyers,
Yeah.
a property like Copper Beech Farm is an investment,
Okay.
a status symbol, a way to curate a very particular kind of lifestyle.
You know, it's about it is exclusivity,
Yes,
privacy,
absolutely.
having everything you could possibly want or need
Right.
right at your fingertips.
It's a self-contained world of luxury.
It's a self-contained world.
And it speaks to this larger trend we're seeing in the luxury real estate market.
What's that?
It's not just about square footage or amenities anymore.
Okay.
It's about creating an experience.
An experience, a feeling.
Yeah, buyers at this level are looking for something unique,
Okay.
something that sets them apart.
And Copper Beech Farm
Oh, yeah.
definitely delivers on that.
It checks all the boxes.
Historic property, architectural masterpiece,
Yeah.
waterfront oasis.
They've got it all.
You know, it makes me think about how the definition of luxury
Okay.
has evolved over time.
It really has.
What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like in the past,
Yeah.
luxury was often about these ostentatious
Yeah.
displays of wealth.
Like bigger was better.
Bigger was better.
More was more.
More was more.
Exactly.
But today it feels like there's a shift.
Towards something more nuanced.
Okay, more
Less about showing off.
Yeah, less about showing off.
And more about having things that are truly unique and high quality.
So it's like quality over quantity?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think about craftsmanship,
Okay.
sustainability, experiences that money can't buy.
Yeah, those are interesting.
Those are the values driving the luxury market today.
And Copper Beech Farm
Yeah.
embodies those values. It's not about being flashy or trendy.
It's about timeless.
timeless and authentic.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head.
And what's interesting is this shift in the definition of luxury isn't just happening at the highest end of the market.
Right.
It's trickling down
It is.
and influencing how we all think about our homes
Absolutely.
and our lifestyles.
It's about appreciating quality over quantity,
Right.
investing in experiences rather than just things.
And creating a space that reflects our values and priorities.
You got it.
So even if we're not all in the market for a 50-acre estate,
Yeah,
we could still learn from the principles
absolutely.
behind a property like Copper Beech Farm.
You know, it's easy to get caught up
Oh, yeah.
in the envy factor.
Believe me, I've been feeling some house envy
I get it.
throughout this entire episode.
It's hard not to.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's important to remember that these properties are still just homes.
that's a great point.
They're places where people live, raise families,
Yeah,
make memories.
right. And even though they might be on a grander scale,
Yeah,
the same basic human needs and desires
apply. We all want to feel comfortable,
Yeah.
safe, connected to the people we love.
Those are the things that truly matter,
Right.
regardless of our income level or lifestyle.
So while we might dream of owning a place like Copper Beech Farm,
Yeah,
it's important to, find joy and fulfillment in the things that are truly meaningful.
I agree.
Our relationships,
Yeah.
our experiences,
Passions.
the impact we make on the world.
Well said.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up
Okay.
our deep dive into Copper Beech Farm.
It's been a good one.
It really has. We've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from architectural details and historical significance
Yeah,
to the evolving definition of luxury
absolutely.
and the importance of finding meaning beyond material possessions.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has.
And I hope it's inspired our listeners
Me too.
to think about their own homes, their own values, and what truly matters to them.
Whether you live in a sprawling estate or a cozy apartment,
Right.
the most important thing is to create a space that feels like home,
I agree.
a place where you can be yourself
Absolutely.
and live a life filled with purpose and joy.
Beautifully said.
And until next time, happy exploring.
Happy exploring.